Welcome to the Z Files. You're Zooming with Ellie Crystal from crystallinks.com. Today is Thursday, June 17th, 2021. Today I want to talk to you about colors, not all colors, in particular the color orange, because everywhere I look, people are wearing orange. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's I don't know. First, I thought there was a lot of extra fabric in orange left over. Then I said, no, that's silly. Then I said, all right, it must have to do with the meaning of orange. What is orange? So I basically knew what it was, but I looked it up to make sure. We look at colors as energies and frequencies from the deepest, darkest colors, like the darkest oranges go into the browns, all the way up to the peachy colors. And I work in a peach room because I happen to like the frequency of it. Peaches and oranges actually are very good for creativity, which is something we need after the COVID pandemic, when so many people have been suffering from anxiety, were quarantined way too long, have lost more than we can talk about in this particular blog. But okay, let's talk about orange. These are called the chakra wheels, okay? They are energy centers. We all have them. I'm sure you've read about them. If you meditate, whatever you do, you've seen something that looks like this. They follow the color code called Roy G. Biv. R being red, that's your root chakra. Then we go to orange, the sacral chakra. The solar plexus is the yellow, and so on, all the way up to something that's kind of a lavender, not purple. It's kind of a lavender, light, bright color. So it's an energy. That's what really is. Orange and all the colors are energies, and they affect each of us differently at different times in our lives. The color orange does have to do, for me, it has to do with, besides creativity, harmony and balance, and getting back your enthusiasm, your mojo. You know, I've been cooped up for so long, you're thinking, and it's like, I don't know, orange is just doing something. It's subtle. You probably don't even realize the effect of orange on you or whatever color you're wearing, but you look in your closet, you look around and you say, today, I think, unless you have to wear a specific color like white with dark pants or something like that. But when you're choosing your own colors, you look around, you say, oh, okay, I think I like the orange shirt today. Orange is appealing. Everyone's wearing orange, so I'm going to wear an orange shirt or blouse or whatever it is. And it could be orange mixed with something else, but the frequency of the orange is doing something to everybody. I mean, I've seen people suddenly burst out in song and they're wearing orange, and I'm like, okay. I mean, the only thing I remember was Orange is the New Black, but that was a TV show that's long gone, and I don't even think about things like that. Now, orange, like any other color, is a frequency. You can choose it anyway. You can use it for your clothing. You can use it for your walls, one wall maybe. You can use it to burn candles, okay? Because candles are amazing if it's the right candle for you at the time. Orange could be, I've seen somebody drive by here in an orange car, which is not the norm for my neighborhood, but you know, people are going orange. Okay, so now let's talk about orange crystals. Crystals carry frequency also. There are orange crystals. You can make them into jewelry. I have a friend named Steve who made this for me years ago. It's kind of an amber color, and it had a piece that was hanging down, but I don't know where it is. And I just love it. I keep it around. I don't wear necklaces most of the time, but I keep it around because there's something special about this energy. Steve is very creative. He was dancing in Cats at the time. And when he made it for me, I said, wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful necklace. And I've always kept it. And that's probably quite a few years ago. So I'm going to put that back here. Then there is amber this way. What drew me to this amber, piece of amber, or any other piece of amber is Crystal Links has been up for 26 years, and one of the original files, which grew and grew and grew, was on paleontology. And at the time, maybe turn of the century, they were finding fossilized insects and other little things in amber that had been there. They don't know, they guess millions of years. Why not? Time is an illusion anyway. So whatever it is, but for some reason I was putting the files together. I loved looking at these pieces of amber. I do have them on my file, and I just thought they were extremely interesting. Go figure. Okay, now we have in the darker browns, I have this crystalline crystal. Okay, goes into the browns. It's a quartz crystal. Yeah, I can do it better this way. But it's, I love quartz crystals better than tumbled stones and non-polished stones. I just love the way they glisten in the sun. I like things that sparkle. This particular piece I found somewhere in the Midwest a long time ago. It wanted to come home with me, and I said, well, I have very little, if anything, in orange tones, so I brought it home, and it also sits. I don't really have that many crystals. I've given a lot away. I never throw them out, but I'll give them to people who connect with them. These particular earrings made out of orange stones have another interesting story. Once upon a time, when I first became a psychic in the 1980s, I was doing psychic fairs, and a woman had invited me here in Brooklyn to do a fair. I believe that particular fair was in Manhattan. And I was then the psychic in the pyramid, and I brought my pyramid and I set it up and whatever. And when it was over, I was looking at all these handmade, custom made stones that were made into earrings. And I was really admiring the orange because I have very little orange jewelry, if any. And the lady who made these took them off, and she took them from her, all, where she had all earrings, and she just took them and she said, I'm giving them to you as a present. And I was like, are you sure? And she said, I don't know why, one day you may want to talk about orange. Something is going to happen with orange, and I think they belong to you. So in exchange, I gave her a very short little reading about her career and whatever, but that's how I happened to upon these earrings in the 1980s. That I've worn them often, no, but that I love them nonetheless, absolutely. I can definitely take off one and give you a closer look at how she did these. She used beads and the white stone in the middle. I'm not sure. I guess they're all kind of beads, but now I found them, and I just said, okay, now's the time to go back to wearing these orange earrings, maybe just for the summer. Maybe the fall will come around and that'll be the end of orange, but I just, I'm drawn to the color now. I think it is the harmony and the balance and the creativity and everything that goes with it, except this earring. There we go. Okay, so this is really all I can share. You can look at orange any different way that you want. You can work with the crystals, you can work with the candles, you can work with the color itself. You can paint one wall orange and say, that's kind of funky and nice and I like it. You can make jewelry with it yourself. It's another interesting thing to do if you're stuck at home and you happen to have some beads or whatever. Make some jewelry, put it online. When I got these earrings, no one was online. No one ever heard of being online in the 1980s. But times have changed, and this to me right now speaks to me of creativity, because I had stopped doing YouTubes in 2020. It was a very, very depressive year, not for me personally, but for the country, because of the presidential election. And what happened after certain person lost the election and all of the extreme drama that went with it. And I just didn't want to get involved in any of that. And then there was the whole thing about COVID. I have a lot of written blogs about COVID, very few YouTube blogs. but I did put up information in terms of COVID because people wanted to know, what is your take on this and that, and where it came from and all this other stuff. So I do have those blogs, but it's been a rough year. And if the color orange and sunlight and it's summery in the northern hemisphere, and a couple more days where it's summer, and if that makes you feel creative and alive and mellow to the point where, you just want to go out and be with people again, then do it. I know there's anxiety and I know I'm divesting, off into something else, digressing off, but I know that everything that we can do to possibly make us feel better due to the pandemic and its aftermath and everything else that the country has been through, not to mention the fact COVID is gone, but the variants they're out there and they keep putting on the news, they keep saying that you have to be careful. The latest one is called Delta. Just be careful, be discerning. Get vaccinated if that calls to you. If you feel you don't want to be vaccinated, it's not for me to tell you what to do. When it comes to that kind of thing, there's too many unknowns. I got vaccinated because it was just brought to me practically at my door. Okay. And so I said, okay, this was back in March, but that's another story. But you have to decide what's best for you and your family. Some people in the family may want to do a vaccine. Some people may not. There's different reasons why people are doing it. This week, New York State opened up. Finally, people are up and they're out. And people don't ask me generally if I've been vaccinated, but it's something that I guess you need to do. I mean, at my age, I'm not worrying about, is it going to harm me in this way or that way? I did the shot 2 months ago. Wait, it was March, April, May, June, 3 months ago. And I've had no side effects, nothing since, but I have a very strong immune system. I never take vaccines for anything. I don't do flu shots. I don't get sick. I really feel that everything about me is slightly different than the norm. But I just feel as just like everybody else, I am drawn to this color orange. I'm enjoying it. It made me feel creative. It made me feel like go do a YouTube on orange and inspire people. However you feel inspired. Do you want to write? Do you want to make music? Whatever you want to do, go do it. Have fun. I believe in have fun as long as we can have fun. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.